advocates are lawyers and litigators who wind up and are pushing a position on behalf of a client. So if I'm bringing a lawsuit, I'm making an argument on behalf of that client's specific position, usually before a tribunal or court. And I may take that position even though I may necessarily be thinking in my mind it may not be ultimately a prevailing position. And that's the hard thing that a lawyer has, because lawyers have ethical obligations to both the clients and the courts not to make frivolous arguments. Mm-hmm. So an advocate is someone who is in court taking a position on behalf of a client. A counselor is somebody who sits in a room and says, okay, look, I know you can bring this claim. There's some merit to it, but let's look at the totality of the circumstances. Is it really worth litigating this?
So you're counseling.
That's right.
You're
That's
advising.
exactly right. There's a lot of, I mean, it's almost got a psychological component to it.
That's what I'm hearing.
And that part is much harder than, from my view, and in many ways more important than the advocating. It's very easy to advocate once you put your briefs together and you understand the argument. You go and you make the argument. The judge either accepts it or rejects it. Counseling it, you're dealing with all the stuff you were talking before, the anger, the emotions, the difficulty in clients putting certain things into perspective. And that's all part and parcel of what a lawyer does. And now lawyers in other specialties do it oftentimes as well. You can be in the middle of a real estate transaction, and a lawyer's trying to tell you this is a bad deal, you got to get out of it.
Right.
It's particularly difficult for litigators because for some of the reasons that you're saying before. One, there's a lot of emotion. Two, you have to manage what's going on with the court. And three, you don't have a lot of control. In a real estate transaction, if you want to walk away from the deal before you sign the contract offer, you just get up. In a litigation, I'm not the one making the decision. It's a judge or a jury who's making the decision. Right. So you have to manage both the client's understanding of the process and the court's understanding of your case. And that is that becomes the trick.